Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 3 of season 1 of Monster Kid Theories. Today, I would like to discuss Atlantis and the mysterious titan that I talked about in the previous episode. Now, starting with Atlantis. Atlantis was a city so powerful it would overthrow every government in the world today. Now, is that far-fetched? Definitely it is. But this city could have very well existed, but it was magically wiped away for no reason. Well, this city was also mentioned in the Monsterverse. Very briefly, but you can see it. If you slow down the pre-credits and the after-credits in Godzilla, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla vs. Kong, and Godzilla King of the Monsters, and Godzilla GXK, the New Empire. Now, in between the ones in King of the Monsters, you will see lines that talk about ancient civilization that was high-powered, more powerful than any other civilization at the current time that can control titans. I personally think they're meaning Atlantis. Now, this makes a lot of sense later. Now, a human civilization that can control titans, that would cause a lot of stuff. Titans fighting humans, humans using these mecha-titans, or whatever they are, against humans. And that could explain why titans don't like humans all that much, except for the Kongs. Now, this means a lot for our next part. A human-titan war. That'd be huge. I don't think the Monsterverse is going to go there, but a human-titan war would be crazy. I mean, humans fighting titans. We know how that would end up. Titans winning. But that has a lot to do with my next part. My next part is the GXK trailer. Now, if you remember, in the second trailer, Trapper says something. He says that's not just a signal, it's a call for war. Now, in the original Toho universe, there was one Titan that had a call for war against humanity. Now, it does fit with Scar King, but it really doesn't, because he wasn't going for the surface yet. Now, let's move on to Easter Island. Easter Island, once again, in the pre-credits and the post-credits, there are scenes where they show a tablet or a map where all Titans are located. One of them is over Easter Island. One of the original Titans for the Toho universe was located underneath Easter Island. Some people are going to know exactly where I'm going. Today, I would like to talk about Megalon. Megalon, he's one of the most stupid monsters in the original Toho universe. Definitely a very, very strange Titan. Not a lot of people talk about him, but recently he's become pretty favorited by me. I love him. He's awesome. But he's really, really strange. They did come out with a short just a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago, of a newer version of Godzilla fighting a newer version of Megalon. That Megalon was so much more clean and so much more awesome. Very cool, yet very stupid at the same time. I mean, the original, he'd hop around like a weird person. So, very stupid, but very, very cool at the same time. Now, Atlantis. How does he connect to Atlantis? He does for terminology. Seatopia created Megalon. Megalon was sent to the surface to destroy humanity for Seatopia. Then Godzilla defeated Megalon with some help. Well, Seatopia could be the same thing as Atlantis, because they were a high-powered civilization that had the power to create and control a Titan, or a Kaiju. Megalon. It was technically their god, though. So, a little bit different. Now, does Seatopia mean Atlantis? It could be. I mean, 100 years ago, war meant fighting for pigs and cows and land. Now it means for blood and conquer. It means two different things now. That's over 100 years. Or more, actually. Sorry, 300 years. So that means words like Seatopia could be translated down the years up to Atlantis, which means the same thing. Sea-based city with high power that was both magically wiped off the surface of the world. But what if it went under the surface of the world? An Iwi civilization. Now, what does this mean for Godzilla x Kong 3? He could very well appear in GXK 3. This, I would absolutely love seeing him in GXK 3. He would be extremely powerful. He can shoot a laser from his horn, fly, has hands for drills, or drills for hands. Very, very powerful. mostly robotic, but still really, really strong. Would Godzilla fight him? No, absolutely not. He'd cook him in 3 minutes. There's no way Megalon would survive fighting supercharged Godzilla. There'd be no way. Now, this could go different. It could be talking about maybe Megalon fighting Kong instead, because it does say it's a call for war. It's also a call for war for the Iwis, because the Iwis responded to the call. They're the ones that were freaking out about it. So this call for war could actually be meaning that they're going to use Megalon against other Iwis and the civilization, meaning Kong will eventually get involved. Probably meaning Kong would have more better of a chance of fighting Megalon than Megalon fighting Godzilla. Would make more sense. Now, what about Godzilla? What is he going to do in GXK3? Well, if you remember my last video, I talked about Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla could also be in this movie. Space Godzilla could be, he was a huge savior. The King of Crystals, or this third Godzilla, was a savior to most Godzillas and most Iwis. They stopped the Kong army from wiping out everything that lives. So, he saved everybody. But he's also seems like a bad guy. So, this Godzilla could be like, I want to save the world. But instead, he seems like that. But what he really is I'm going to destroy the world. Gets Godzilla's trust, then hurts Godzilla really, really bad. And starts wiping out everything. So it's a double bad guy situation. Why did Godzilla power up? Honestly, why did he power up? There was no point. He didn't need it to fight Scar King and Shimo. He could have defeated Shimo probably in his normal state. He would have defeated Scar King in his normal state. Scar King didn't stand a chance. Nor did Shimo, really. Why did he power up? I honestly think, and a lot of people think, I've heard a lot of stuff about this, he didn't power up because of Shimo and Scar King. He powered up because of something else that would come farther down the line. Probably being Space Godzilla and Megalon. He sees this call for war, waiting for them to wage war and defeat Megalon. Then Space Godzilla arrives and messes everything up. Now Kong has to fight Megalon. Now this is where it gets a little crazy. Megalon alone against the entire Kong army, that's far-fetched. And against the entire Kong army, plus the Iwis fighting the other Iwis, that's far-fetched. There's no way one Megalon is going to take on 50-ish Kongs that can fight. So what if there was more than one? A smaller version of Megalon, a stronger version of Megalon, a smaller and stronger version of Megalon for each Kong to fight multiple waves upon waves. And then you have this one larger one where this one, Kong, and more than likely, possibly Zuko, would fight at the same time. This one being the big bad guy for Zuko and Kong. Now, this could end up being an all-out war. Multiple Megalons on the surface, multiple Megalons down in Hollow Earth, Titan fighting Titan. This could lead into an all-out war. This also would inflict humanity realizing that they can fight back against the humans. If that Iwi civilization could, maybe they can. Which would lead into a lot more. Mecha King Ghidorah, bringing back Mecha Godzilla, humanoid titans. This would be, they'd end up going crazy in the next movie after this. So that's only if Megalon really happens. If they were wanting to set up a human-titan war, use Megalon. Megalon's a perfect example of humans turning a titan into a half-android, half-titan. A half-and-half humanoid titan that they can use against other titans. That means a lot right there. The probability of them being in the next one, I can't really tell you, and I don't really know. I do hope that they're in the next one. I honestly do. And keep in mind, this is just my opinion. You can have your own opinion about this theory, or just have your own opinion in total. And I'm very sorry I didn't do the Ash video today. I meant to, but stuff happened. So I'm sorry. But I will say, my upcoming videos, 2 of them will be one about Null. So watch Venom 3 before you watch the next video, if you can. because it's going to spoil a lot about the movie. I mean, a lot about the movie. Then, along the line, when the trailer comes out for Jurassic World Rebirth, I will do a review. Afterwards, I don't know how long afterwards, but I will do the Ash video. I promise you guys that. I will end up doing the Ash video. I just don't know when. But see you guys in the next one.